now welcome to the podium Justin Hicklin to share some thoughts regarding the class of 2015 and their time at Southwest. And he tells me this is funny, so get ready.
Yeah, I'm getting as close up as I can.
What's up? All right, so real quick before I give this speech, I just want to say a quick thank you to the people who helped me write it. Mrs. Buchanan, Mrs. Pinto, and Mr. Zuckerman. You guys are awesome. We'll start. All right. Oh, you're clapping for that. All right. So before I begin, I'd like to start with the little bit of the elephant in the room. I realize that some of you may be wondering why they let a freshman up on stage to give a speech. But don't worry, I am a senior, guys. And this year, I can reach the mic, so I'm growing in the right direction. That's a good thing. So the class of 2015. Guys, we wouldn't be here if it weren't for our parents. And also the support of our siblings, teachers, family, and most importantly, each other, guys. On behalf of the senior class, I would like to say thank you to all the parents in the room. I know there's a lot of you. If it weren't for you guys, we would have nobody to blame when we forget our permission slips at home. Also, thank you to my lovely 3 sisters who've been there through it all. And Mom and Dad, over there, you guys deserve a special thank you for putting up with a messy, spoiled, bratty, ungrateful child, like my little sister, Jaylee. Just kidding, Jay. To all the staff of Blue Valley Southwest, wherever you guys may be, thank you guys for not cringing too much at the school dances. We never really figured out how they force you into chaperoning those things, but hey, I guess we'll never find out. To all the teachers, you guys have succeeded in having such a big impact on each of us. In fact, even more so than when Abe Hermes tried to bring a possum into the biology department. To all the juniors in the crowd, oh, there you are, juniors. Remember that in just a short year from now, you guys will be sitting over here, so don't wish it by too fast, guys. But most importantly, thank you guys, juniors. Whenever I needed a date to the school dances, you guys have been there, so that's been awesome. And since we are moving on, I would also like to extend a sincere apology to both Mr. Dane and Dr. Dillon, who are both also moving on after one short year here at Southwest. I didn't think we really behaved bad enough as a senior class to scare them off in under a year, but hey, Mr. Roberts is still with us after 4 years, so that's a good thing. All right, this is the extent of my formalities of class day. And I realize and understand that some of you may be sitting there wanting to ask me, well, gee, Justin, what is class day anyway? And to that I say, I don't think anybody really knows why we call it class day. Because class day is a terrible name for a day that we don't actually have to go to class. In fact, we won't go to class here ever again. And over the years, certain individuals have had some infamous moments. And our greatest moments may be the ones that the class of 2015 would most want to forget. So it's my job today to rehash these incidents. And most of the audience has not been there. Yes, even you, Grandpa Don, has not been there on the ride throughout our journey through high school. So I'm going to take us back to the time class of 2015 spent at the bottom of the food chain. This includes every single time we've laughed, cried, and hidden from Mr. Dane in the hallway. We've come a very long way in just 4 short years, and we're no longer the greasy, squeaky-voiced, immature freshmen we once were. Since that first year, terms such as YOLO and swag crew have long since expired. And we've replaced them with much more profound lingo, like ratchet, bae, and yeet. 2012 dances, like the Dougie and the Wop, are now outdated, and eloquent gyrations, like the whip and twerking, now take their place. We pushed through the freezing cold swimming unit, or as many called it, the I didn't drown unit, and hoped it wasn't our fault that our PE teacher went into retirement. we were introduced to the most counterproductive machine ever, the tardy tracker. You're late for class? Why don't I send you on a 10-minute walk down to the office so you can be even more late to class? Sophomore year, we watched our very own Abe Hermes drive a bulldozer into the school parking lot. We also figured out the true meaning behind blowing the roof off the building when the roof blew off the school's pool. As juniors in 2013, we spent all the time we used to spend watching television on watching Netflix. We also figured out the true value in having good friends to lean on, especially those by the name of driver's license and spark notes. We even witnessed our very own ER Steffi, wherever he is, hit a game-winning buzzer beater from NBA range. We barely survived a water balloon attack from the 2014 seniors. And I even think Mr. Pendleton smiled once or twice that year. Yet, as scary as it is, guys, if you take a look around you now, you probably won't see very many of these people again until the next class reunion. Take Cole Niffler, for example. Most of you may never see him again. Well, I guess it depends on how often you check the FBI's list of most wanted computer hackers. Charlotte Davis, unless you're trying to get your kid into Harvard, probably may not hear from her either. And Ty Constant, maybe one day he will own an entire petting zoo in his backyard. And if we're lucky, he'll let us in free of charge. You see, it's all these memories that we share, guys, that are much more important than anything I have to show over the last 4 years. I mean, they're much more important than this gown and this cap and whatever the heck this thing's called. At the same time, though, today is a very important day, as it is your last day sitting in this gym as a Blue Valley Southwest student. That means from this moment forward, every time you enter through those doors over there, your time here will only exist as a memory. Now, I can't stand up here and tell you guys that the worst is behind us all, which is why I must emphasize to take time out of your day to smile, relax, and have some fun. But not too much fun, right, Mom? Don't take life too seriously, as we're entering a world where no matter what profession you choose, Kim Kardashian will make more money in a few months than you may make in your entire life. Class of 2015, I will nickname you guys the Tooth Fairy, because I will always believe in you, no matter what shame it brings to my family or what my counselor says. I do have some real advice, however, and my final and only partition of wisdom is this. Regardless of your experiences here, we've shaped each other for better and for worse. Yes, some individuals have left the BVSW family in search of a better location, but really when you look around, just as many new faces have joined us along the way. And as I look out at you guys now, I realize that I may not be the most qualified student to be giving advice. I mean, I can't speed read like Alex Geekus, nor am I as deceptively handsome as Jack Tobin. But since I did find my way up here, I might as well share a quote from somebody who could give you advice. The one and only Ellen DeGeneres. Follow your passion. Stay true to yourself. Never follow someone else's path. Well, unless you're in the woods and you're lost, by then all means you can follow somebody else's path. Now, even though some of us may think we know what our path is now, most of us will be forced to forge a new one. The path ahead will prove to be a much longer one, but worth it in the end. And if you take anything out of this speech, remember this. If nobody comes back from the future to stop you from doing it, how bad of an idea can it really be? Congratulations, class of 2015, and thank you guys.